It's Saturday 28th of October, about 3 o'clock. I've just having a nice walk to one of my other favourite beaches, Porth Cierad. Some nice houses down here, oddly enough, other than the one or two that were originally stone farm cottages, such as that one and the one with the iron gates. Just round here, or along here, are quite a few that were little basic wooden huts. It's all been nicely worked on. That one was a cottage, and that one was a stone cottage many years ago. So just get down here to Porth, on the path to Porth Cierad. Nice little bay, nice pleasant beach, and we're just going into Manty Big farm. This one, believe it or not, oops, tripping off. This one, believe it or not, was we always used to nickname it the cricket pavilion, because it was just a wooden hut. Didn't look like a cricket pavilion. Been extended. Likewise, the one here, that was all wood, but burnt down and was left completely derelict for years. Then again, it's nice spots, nice prices now, and a nice wall. Nice. That's nice how they've done it there. Up there. Further on, this was a wooden hut. Again, very nicely done. The local council wanted all the huts. You could actually demolish them and build a more solid one without any problem, because they wanted the less fire risk. Some were quite decrepit, probably 50-60 years old, and it looks a lot better. So we're just walking down now to where you can actually drive down to the car park at the top of the field, and there's the barrier, put the money in. Up at the top you can see a house. That's John Jones. When I first came down, used to camp here. It was John's mum and dad, Gwillem, and it was just a working farm, small working farm. And up there now, that's been done into a caravan. Oh, here we are, walking down the path. It was wasn't as good as it is now when I used to come camping down here. The toilet hut there has been there forever. When I was about 16, when I came down, the opposite the toilets was a shower. Actually, with a tin bath with a cold pipe and a shower hose, rose rather, on top of it. But as kids, it didn't bother. As you can imagine, when it rains down here, you could almost canoe down here, and well, many pleasant holidays here. That one, I think is it shut now? No, possibly not. There's actually proper toilets and showers up at the where the barn is at the farm. And what you used to do is all the tents along here, and if you were lucky you get a pitch here. It was just a free-for-all, you just got no marked pitches, you just turned up and got a pitch, no electric or nothing. These stones weren't here, but if you got one around here it was great because you only had to go that far to the toilet. This is grown now. These trees they weren't only saplings all that time ago, and you see from the top and all the bracken and the ferns. And great thing for all the kids was to go up the top with a piece of cardboard and slide down. It's a bit windy, so I'll shut down for a minute while we get down near the bottom. So just coming down towards the bottom, there's a car park there, and you can put the tent up through where the bin is. And where we are now is going down to the bottom car park, and as you can see it does get a bit eroded. Some beautiful views. You've got your tent plopped up there, but when the wind turns up in the right direction and at the right speed, intensity, it's not unknown for some tents to have blown over the cliff. So this is at the top, and walking down and go on the beach, down the steps, and see where the fence is now, at the top of the cliffs. That a few years ago, or quite a few years ago, was way past that little headland, little tiny headland here where you can see the fence. It's all eroded quite a bit over the years, and on here, that's National Trust land, there were two cabins. So this is the bottom car park. That's the field up there where you can park or stick a tent up, and this is Porth Cierad. Round the point there is Hell's Mouth, where I've done videos before. Okay, that's about this way. I'm on the course of the path now. I can keep on here all the way back to all the way around to Porth Cierad, Hell's Mouth. You can see we're at the top of the cliffs, and when it's at low water, it's just tide's just turning now. At low water you can actually walk along to here, but if you're not careful you'll get stuck as the tide comes in. It's not dangerous, you can make your way up onto the rocks and sit there while the tide goes out. Not bad if it's a morning tide, but if it's an evening tide you're buggered. So pan round now down to the far end. That's where it can get a bit naughty. People have lost their lives over there when they've gone swimming, and it's a bit of a riptide and it whacks them into the rocks. But as you can see, nice sandy beach, nice and flat, quite safe for bathing depending on weather conditions. So we'll go a bit further up and then we'll go back down and onto the beach before it goes dark. Well, this isn't quite the highest point round here, it's just up at the top, you can see. I'm going to turn round because the sun's setting, and you can see how far I've come up, and I'll be going back down the coastal path across the top of the cliffs where you can see somebody walking up, and there's some steps there to go down onto the beach. Many years ago, the proper steps, stone and concrete, but many years ago when I first came here, all the steps were with a bloody sheep path, something like this down the cliffs, and oops, which I don't go arse over because it's a long roll down this bloody hill. So from where I am now, so I can see the little signpost there on the top of the cliff, and if I come along approximately the way you can see somebody walking, well, I think it's a surfboard. Well, about 50 yards in front of him, where you can see all the cliffs collapsed. That used to be just, like I say, literally like this. No fence or anything, and you just made your way down. So I'll head for the further point and the steps, and we'll go from there. Right, if you look just here at the fence post there, on this fence post here, this fence post here, that one's a bit wobbly there as well. Well, not too long ago, that's where the soil level was. So what's that? Maybe 18 inches to 2 feet. So this little bit here is bound to somewhere over there in the near future. And if we come further up here, this is sound as a pound. So this is the area where the steps were, just like a sheep track down there. It's all collapsed. I'll show you from below, and not be long before this is back here. If we continue on the coastal path over the top, it'll drop you down into Haversock. If you walk wildly over here and over the tops towards Haversock, you'll see the occasional sign for mines, M-I-N-E-S. It's not landmines. Over here they used to mine coal and lead, so there's still some workings that well, they never got filled in, and you might walk up here one day and just plop down a bloody hole that's appeared. So another bit of fun. Well, here we are at the easterly end of the beach. As you can see, nice few practice waves there for learners. But this is the bit where if you get it all pear-shaped and you're off your board and the sea grips you and stuffs your head into the rocks. One of the reasons you never get really close to cliffs is, I'll show you one. This lot here, I think it was about 8 years ago that one, get a bit closer out of the window I can, in the evening that little pile there was up there. Sometime in the night it just came. There's no warning, no real signs of any cracks opening up. You can sometimes see, like just there, a little crack opening up, but and no signs from above, and fancy getting one of them stuck on top of your head. So I think there's some, to have a look, there's some fairly new bits and pieces which you can see on the grass there. There we are. They look like they come from that corner up there. So don't get too close. Then again, here You can see that little lot there and there, which has come from there. A bit of a crack opening on that like rectangular piece, so that might come flying down at some time. Hopefully not when I'm here. It's not so bad round here. This stuff hasn't come down for a long time, but you never know when it's going to come down. Where I am now, it's nicely sheltered out of the wind, so you can see the length of the beach down to there. Nice and sandy for kids to play on. Very little crap comes up, unless sometimes if there's been storms out at sea and the wind's right, it'll bring seaweed, but it soon goes out the other way. That looks a bit dodgy. And just round here, quite a few years ago, there was a nice little slip. Now you can see what I mean about stuff shunting down. That's fairly recent. That bit there, that won't be long before that's down, because it's getting eroded underneath. And this has stayed stable for a bit, but when you look up at the top, you can see it's getting eroded. Now here we can see where it's splitting away there. That won't be long before it's down. The water comes from the top, it cuts it away, and further along here when you look at the layers, you can see there we are, where at some stage it was beach level. It won't be too long before they're down along there, and the steps I was talking about came down around about here. It depends on what you can see on the beach at the minute. It depends on the tides, especially the winter tides. Sometimes it'll scoop a lot of sand out, and then you'll see there's a big, it can't be seen now, there's a big rock just over here that turns up every now and then. When it doesn't turn up, it's just sat under the sand gets washed out to sea for a bit. I say that one's not ready for coming down, likewise with those, and with that one there. Right, we'll go a bit further along. Because it forms a little cove. You can see there's plenty of driftwood. The little waterfalls have been there forever. This is slow. You see that shunting down from the top, and that little where it's round there, that used to be almost level with that waterfall. That's the other waterfall. Kids and grandkids, when they were toddlers, used to love playing under them. To them it would have looked like the Niagara Falls. And we'll get a little cave up here, and you can see up at the top where it just weeps down there, but on this one you can see how it cuts it undercuts the rocks. And this is where, at some stage in the past, there's a bit of an upset. It appears to have been a volcanic area when you get rocks like that. Like that one there, and this one with the odd splits in. It's all rounded off with the sea, but when you see this here, you see that there, how it's formed, and that one there. This is a bit where kids and grandkids used to think where fairies lived. You see how it's all the different strata, different levels, and they used to come along here, play in the water pool. Then again, depending on the tide, you can get some decent rock pools around here. And this was one of the fairy caves, according to them. It only goes up to there. Some of this is fairly recent that's come down here because it's not rounded off yet, but it's when you see some I like looking at things like this because sometimes you can get like looking in a fire or in the clouds, you see something like faces. Is that a face there? Mouth, eye, ear. Got any more? That looks like it could be a map of sea and islands. There we are. It doesn't go far up there, but there's a lot up there waiting to come down. And these are the proper steps. Much better for my arthritis. Well, my knackered knees, I'll put it that way. Never anything down here, no ice cream vans, cafes, nothing. So anything that you want to eat or drink, you bring it down with you. And hopefully, some people don't, take all your shit back with you. And some will bring loads of gear down, food, booze, and they'll carry full tins, bottles of stuff down, but won't take it up. So let's just go down here. It's a beach. It's gently shelving. It goes out quite a way, all sand. A few pebbles at the top, which we'll see in a minute, and it's great. You'll get some. You can get some good waves, mainly in the corner there. A few along here. There we are.